Doug couldn't afford the boy stuff bill. Very poor sewer ever ball on the triples and ground your tables down well. One and a week. So I look good. That's all I'm running. When we say oh, you say oh. When we say, we leave a few hands in the air for the contact. Green the green.
People were saying that Irish people didn't care about Irish unity. I think you've given them their answer today. Today is a day of celebration and of optimism and of remembrance, but above all, it's an expression of our confidence as Irish Republicans. And it's also our expression of our demand for a new Ireland, an Ireland of equals, a 32-county republic of the people, for the people. I'm McDonald, and I'm very proud to be a representative in the European Parliament for this fine capital city of ours, our shared city. The first part of proceedings this afternoon is about remembrance, and we're going to have a series of orations and recitations and some music. We're going to hear from Pádraig Pearse, from Myra Drum, Bobby Sands. We're going to hear their words in the voices spoken and singing of some very fine people, and I'm going to introduce them to you as a group, and I hope that you'll give them your appreciation. They are Jack Moylet, Mary Mullen, Thérèse Ferris, Barry McColgan, and then finally we have Barry McKenna and Tony MacMahon to play a few tunes. So, Currigi Fáilte Riv Nadini Shin, we're a mini moment.
The men and women with whom I have eaten have had masters over them, have been under the lash of masters, and though gentle have served churls. The hands that touch mine, the dear hands whose touch is familiar to me, have worn shameful manacles, have been I am of the people, I understand the people. I am sorrowful with their sorrow. I am hungry with their desire. My heart has been, and to call on God, God the unforgetting, the dear God that loves the peoples for whom he died naked, suffering shame. And I say to my people's masters, beware. Beware of the thing that is coming. Beware of the risen people who shall take what you would not give. Did ye think to master the people or conquer the people?
Of many days that freedom's light may shine so bright across land. We to freedom work our home, oppressed by ruthless racist laws that break men's minds and wreck men's homes. And when the blood dawns came at night to tell our strife,
comrades like those on the outside and here. I've been thinking of the comrades in Portlaoise. The visiting facilities out there are inhumane. No doubt that hellhole will also eventually explode in due time. I hope not, but Haughey's compassion for the prisoners down there is no different from that of the Brits towards prisoners in the north and in English jails. I have come to understand, and with each passing day I understand increasingly more.
But today we are celebrating the wonderful Republican family and the great leaders, not one leader, not two leaders such as Adams and McGuinness, but the many leaders of the Republican family who have brought unity to us and who are leading us to unite Ireland. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts. We celebrate, and this piece of music, the Battle of Aughrim, is for them. We lost that battle. We're going forward now.
This year is the centenary year of Sinn Féin, as I'm sure you all know. 100 years and more of struggle for Irish unity and independence. I think it's fitting that we're here in O'Connell Street today, in this, our centenary year, to send out our message loud and clear that we must make partition history and build our new Ireland. It's my pleasure this afternoon to introduce to you our main speaker for today. It is, of course, Uachtaráin Sinn Féin, Gerry Adams, MP.
With the General Táisilt, lá bratha Hona Díobh Gulliard. Agus tá mise go han sásta a bheith an seo libsa agus sceafta mór go han mór a agóil an seo. Agus bhhailm libse a dheanú bulabus mór fáinne na Clery, the country, the duine léige bí ar an ardán seo a dheanú óráid agus ceol agus rudí jazz. Agus nuair bhí mé géisteach leo, ag géisteach le focail mór a drum, Padraig Pearse, Bobby Sands, Fí McCree ag bula mar ba duine cróga, Public Tory Kroga Aid. So bulabus more than the Guinea League. Agus the William of Wales the horse the Katrina Rowan, Bishé Mar Kionara and Coista and Cage. 100 years is a long time in politics.
and of his hunger strike, he wrote, "I am standing on the threshold of another trembling world." And as Sinn Féin celebrates our 100th anniversary, we too are standing on a threshold of great change. And we have our own model in all of those heroes who we commemorated today. We have a role model that they faced up to their challenges with great generosity and courage. And the least we can do is to try and echo that in our own work as Irish Republican activists. When Sinn Féin was founded here in this city in 1905, it was a time of great renewal, of great regeneration. And this year can be such a time. And our strategy, not just our words, not just our rhetoric, our strategy is to make partition history. Our strategy is to end the Union. Our strategy is to win freedom for the people of all of the island of Ireland. But we're not willing, folks, and this is key to the development of what we're at. We're not willing to wait until then for people to have their rights. People deserve to have their rights now. The right to equality, the right to a decent home, the right to decent health services, the right to live free from sectarian harassment, the right to education, the right to a job, the right to be treated properly in our own place. We want that now, and that's what we're about. Huron, agus is Gol na Huron, Slanu na Gaeilge. We express a pride in our language. We believe that the reconquest of Ireland is also to win back, to learn and to have our own language vibrant in our own place. And let us, as we leave here today, pledge ourselves in our own party to advance that in practical ways and to advance the use of the Irish language through the wider Irish society. Behind me, you all know, is the GPO. The proclamation is our mission statement. The proclamation of 1916 is the summation of the core values of Sinn Féin. And in that proclamation it says, the ownership of Ireland belongs to the people of Ireland. It doesn't say the ownership of Ireland belongs to Shell. It doesn't say an Irish government has any right to give away our natural resources to a multinational corporation. It doesn't say that men from Mayo should be in jail at this time. There's a big banner behind me, it says, the West's awake. Well, the West's awake, the South's awake, the North's awake, and the East is awake. And we call for the release of the Ross Port 5. And I would appeal to everyone to attend the rally which has been held here next Saturday to show to do exactly the same thing. And it's no accident. You can say something when I'm finished. I only get here every 100 years. It's no accident that sectarianism is on the rise again. And we have a very clear message for the Unionists. Harking back to the old days, thinking that the old status quo is going to come back in the north is a waste of time. We, people here, our friends who died, many of the other people who can't be here today because they're at home, we are the people who finished the old rotten sectarian regime in the 6 counties. You people did it. So the days of second-class citizenship are over. The days of crappies lying down are over. On the 5th of October 1968, some of us got up off our knees and we said, Sinn Féin, folks, no more, we will be treated properly in our own place. I suspect that many unionists know this. I suspect that in their heart of hearts, they know that the future will present huge challenges for them. And I want to salute the men and women volunteers of Ugly Naharan for their courage. And that, if I may say so, is the difference between us and others who will pay lip service to Pearse and Connolly and Jim Larkin and forget about Bobby Sands and Francis Hughes and Murrah Drum and Maria Farrell. We are consistent in our attitude to all of these issues.
And we won't forget about it.
But the IRA decision, in my view, has changed the political context utterly. And what do you do about it? I think this is very important. What do Republicans do about this? Do you face the future confident, energised, recommitted? Do you realise that this is the IRA taking a huge vote of confidence in you? A huge vote of confidence in your ability. I also believe that the Army is going to deliver on its commitments on the arms issue. And I'm very sure that many Republicans will find that difficult. I'm very sure when we hear in the time ahead that that has happened, that many Republicans will feel emotionally about all of that. And there'll be some who will be very concerned about the future. But it's my view that we need to face the future confidently, that we need to face the future positively, that we need to be forward thinking, that we need to look beyond this moment. We need to see ourselves 10 years, 5 years, 15 years up the road, and then work back to this point. So let's stay united, let's stay looking forward, and let's continue to be long-headed about all of this. I don't think that most of us have absorbed the import of what is happening. I don't think the general public have absorbed, or the media have absorbed, or indeed our political opponents have absorbed the import of the Army's decisions. But when the Army delivers, when our opponents and their enemies no longer have the IRA to use as an excuse, what are they going to do? What are they going to do in the time ahead when the onus is upon them to deliver on their obligations? I said that we had a clear message for the Unionists. At the same time that no Irish Republican, that no Irish nationalist or socialist for 1 minute underestimate our responsibility to reach out to unionism on the basis of equality, to proactively listen to unionism, to give leadership, and to find a space that they can share with us on the basis of equality. Remember, folks, that's our national flag. Unity, justice, peace between orange and green. That's our people. So there are lots of work to be done. And when we say taking the gun out of Irish politics, we don't just mean IRA guns. We mean British Army guns. We mean the weapons of the PSNI. We mean the weapons of the Union's paramilitary death squads. We're about taking all of the guns out of Irish politics. In the time ahead, the two governments are going to need to pay as much attention to that issue as they have done about the silence guns of the IRA. And we need to see the two governments also showing leadership on a range of other issues. And they're not new issues. They're all the issues that are part of the Good Friday Agreement. And also, as part of the outworking of all of this, we expect and we will campaign for the release of all the Republican prisoners. So there's lots of work to do. For the first time since partition, there's an opportunity opening up for all parties which espouse Irish unity, for all individuals which want to see partition made history, to come together. It's a time for Democrats, for democratic Ireland to come in behind the demand for an end to partition. It's time for us to move forward, as I've said, confidently and energetically. So we're going to go through some ups and downs. We're going to go through some challenging periods. But here, as we leave this GPO, let us be sure if we keep at it, if we keep working, we keep strategizing, if we stay together, we are going to be the generation which sees the proclamation a reality. And I can think of no better way to spend your life in the knowledge that when we get to that point where we have a republic on this island, where we have equality between men and women and between all of the different sections of our society, that all of you can sit back and think to yourselves that you helped to bring that about. So well done. Republicans tend to take each other for granted an awful lot. Don't do so. Shake hands with the person beside you. They haven't beat us. We're winning. We're moving ahead. We are going to bring about freedom for the people of this island. And if I may strike an entirely parochial note to finish on, as an Ulster man, Down's going to beat Mayo tomorrow. And Martin Ferris, I'm sorry, but Tyrone's going to rout the kingdom. Well done, for a meeting album, Amor, Tuppy Arla.